Hey everyone, it's Bianca Melrose, and today I'm going to be taking a deep dive into Degrassi's Manny, Ashley, and Craig's iconic love triangle.
Let's take over the whole world. That's what we're made for.
Every Degrassi fan knows that the most dramatic and memorable love triangle in the show's extremely long history was between Craig Manning, Ashley Kerwin, and Manny Santos. A love triangle so intricate that it nearly dominated season 3 of The Next Generation. The themes of love and betrayal were captivating to audiences at the time of its airing, and remain must-watch TV even years later. So today I'll be exploring just what made this love triangle so entertaining, and why it stands out among the many others that were on the show. I really believe that the season 2 episode, Take My Breath Away, was the setup for what would later become the love triangle between these three. In this episode, Manny asks Craig out on a date. There's this really interesting and often overlooked part of the episode when, as Craig is about to leave for his date with Manny, Joey, who does not know about the date, asks Craig why he's all dressed up. Craig tells Joey he's dressed up because he's about to go on his first date. Then, interestingly, Joey says, "So you finally asked out that Ashley girl." So, Joey's question to Craig is the first indication that we get this season that Craig is romantically interested in Ashley. As the episode goes on, we see Manny and Craig have totally different perspectives about their date as they tell their friends how it went. From Manny's point of view, the date went nearly perfect. However, from Craig's point of view, he saw Manny as incredibly childish and annoying. At the end of the episode, Manny thinks that Craig is being moody towards her and annoys him when she decorates his locker in an attempt to cheer him up. Ashley awkwardly stumbles upon the scene and allows for Craig to sign a petition against genetically modified foods that apparently he'd been wanting to sign for some time. Manny jokingly asks if genetically modified foods makes the food good. Craig nor Ashley were amused, and for some reason they both seem to have an exaggerated sense of annoyance with Manny. Maybe Craig is understandably annoyed because Manny had been doing too much with him at that point, but why was Ashley so visibly annoyed? The only reason I could see Ashley being annoyed in that situation is because she knew that Manny and Craig were an item in this episode, if only for a short amount of time, and Ashley was perhaps harboring some secret animosity towards Manny because she had a crush on Craig. By the end of the episode, Craig breaks Manny's heart when he tells her he does not like her. It was all too clear that Craig preferred Ashley at this point, with his initial attraction to Ashley seeming to be rooted in her mature and composed demeanor as opposed to Manny's youthful and bubbly personality. At this stage, Craig and Ashley's relationship appeared to be inevitable, and it seemed that Craig would always view Manny as nothing more than his childish friend, who he said reminded him of his little sister. Fun fact, Craig's little sister on the show is played by Manny's real-life sister, so it was ironic that he made that statement. Now, moving on to the season 3 episode called You Got the Look, Manny is tired of being seen as cute and adorable, so she dramatically changes her look, adopting a more provocative style. Manny's storyline in You Got the Look doesn't involve Craig at all, but it's still an important episode because it's the first time Manny experiences all the boys in school swooning over her rather than ignoring her. This newfound attention that Manny gets is the starting point of tension between her and various other characters on the show. Then we have the episodes that are Tears Are Not Enough, parts 1 and 2. In these powerful episodes, Craig's abusive father tragically passes away after an accident. Afterward, Ashley does everything she can to make sure that Craig is okay. At the year-end Hawaiian dance, Craig and Ashley are crowned the luau king and queen, and Craig becomes emotional after thinking that he has seen his deceased father. It turns out to be a teacher who resembled his father. Craig leaves the dance floor to take a moment to himself. When Ashley finds him, she asks him if he's okay. While he tells her that he's fine and that he's just tired, she sees right through his lies. She tells him that she knew coming to the dance was a mistake because it was too soon for him and that he should be home. He then lashes out at Ashley and says some mean things before ripping down the decorations from the wall in an effort to vent his sadness and anger. The episode ends with Ashley and Craig reuniting. Craig tells Ashley that he's going to go home, but first he tells her that he wants to have their king and queen dance. They speak for a little while before embracing in a hug, indicating their newfound couple status. I felt this episode was setting up these two for a healthy and emotionally mature relationship where they could talk about things even when it was difficult, but I was so wrong. So now we're moving into pivotal episodes that played an important role in the development of the love triangle between Craig, Ashley, and Manny. In the episode, Should I Stay or Should I Go?, Craig and Ashley think that they are ready to take things to the next level in their relationship, but when Ashley tells Craig that she loves him and he won't say it back to her, she's not sure about having a physical relationship with him anymore. Craig is venting to Marco in the school hallway about how he didn't tell Ashley that he loved her when Manny walks by. As of this point, Manny has changed her lookup and is still extremely smitten with Craig. She makes sure to walk in front of him and says, "Hi, Craig," totally ignoring Marco, LOL. Marco says to Craig that Manny's putting it all out there, huh? And Craig says, "Never noticed," which is a clear lie. Manny's sexy style has caught the eye of every boy in school, including Craig. Anyways, Craig sends Ashley a dozen roses to prove his love for her, but he writes "You rock" on the card instead of "I love you." This annoys Ashley because she thinks that Craig isn't in love with her, and she feels that he should be in love with her if he wants to have sex with her. Ashley calls Craig over to her place, where she tells him that they should take a break from each other because it's clear to her that he does not feel the same way about her as she feels about him. Meanwhile, Manny's boyfriend, Sully, ain't showing her no love. He clearly has no respect for her. He cancels plans to hang out with her last minute so that he can go hang out with the boys instead. Craig then writes and performs a song for Ashley where he declares his love for her. Manny overhears it and is overjoyed as if he wrote the song for her. Ashley is elated and tells Craig that she's now ready to have sex with him, and they plan to do it after Paige's birthday party. At the party, an excited Craig tells Spinner that he and Ashley are going to do it after the party. Ashley finds out and is pissed. She thinks that Craig is going around bragging when they haven't even done it yet, and accuses him of conning her into thinking that she wanted to have sex with him with his lie of a song. Craig leaves the party upset, and Manny follows him. Craig confides in Manny that he keeps messing things up with Ashley. Manny tells him that his song was amazing that he wrote for Ashley, and that if it was for her, she would be happy forever. He then invites Manny over to his place where he plays her the song. Manny boldly seduces Craig and they hook up. I think that it's so funny that Craig finds Manny irresistible now. She's literally the exact same person that she was last year, just in different clothes now. Afterwards, Manny describes the experience with Craig as the best night of her life. However, at the end of the episode, Ashley and Craig reconcile, and Craig never tells Ashley what he did with Manny. This is the official start of the love triangle. In the episode Against All Odds, Ashley goes out of town to Montreal with Ellie. Interestingly, Craig tells her not to flirt with any boys out there, like he ain't out here hooking up with Manny. Anyways, then Manny approaches Craig before school and tells him that she misses him, but he tells her that there's nothing to miss and that they only hooked up once. Manny ignores what he said entirely and invites him to a rave later that evening. She knows that he can't resist her, lol. Anyways, Manny and Emma go to the rave together, and Manny tries to convince Emma to get with her crush, Chris, even when they find out that Chris has a girlfriend. Emma thinks that's wrong, but Manny obviously does not see a problem with it. Of course, Craig goes to the rave and Manny asks him to dance. They dance all night long right there in front of everyone. Craig wasn't worried about being seen with Manny at all. I can't believe no one told Ashley, but maybe her friends weren't there. Anyways, Manny disappears from the rave, leaving Emma alone. Since Manny is nowhere to be found, Emma must return home alone. When Emma arrives back to her house, to her shock and disgust, she finds Manny and Craig hooking up in her bed. Manny is so goddamn trifling and low class for that. I'm sorry. I say that as a Manny fan. I love Manny, but she was wrong for that. Just disgusting what she did to her best friend. You left Emma at a rave then brought back some dude to her place and was hooking up with him in her bed. Anyways, Emma yells at Manny, then grabs a blanket to sleep on the floor while Manny sleeps in the bed. Couldn't be me. I would have made Manny's ass change my sheets and probably tell her to take her ass home. At school, Emma and Manny argue again when Manny confronts Emma about why she's not been talking to her. Emma asks Manny if she feels bad about what she's done and if she feels for Ashley. Manny says that if Craig loved Ashley, then he wouldn't keep coming back to her. Emma is shocked by Manny's revelation that she's been with Craig more than once. So I guess Manny was upset with being judged by Emma, and she says that she is choosing to stop hanging out with her. Emma clarifies with, "You don't want to be friends," and Manny says, "Not with a stuck-up prude princess." I did feel some jealousy coming from Manny towards Emma when she said that, and vice versa. It's kind of funny how the besties seem to have moments where they were jealous of each other. Anyways, then Emma retorts with, "Good, because I don't want to be friends with this school slut." Emma was waiting to say that line. She's been wanting to tear Manny down since Manny changed her look, and Emma knows that she was low-key jealous of the attention that Manny had been getting since switching her look up. Anyways, this episode marks the confirmation of the fact that now other people know about the Craig-Manny relationship. In the iconic episode Holiday, it's now Christmas time at Degrassi. Ashley and Craig are happier than ever, as Ashley has no idea about his cheating behind her back with Manny. While Ashley is over at Craig's house, Manny calls him with her right there in the room. Manny tells Craig that she misses him, as usual, and Ashley walks over to where Craig is. So Craig pretends that he's on the phone talking to Spinner before hanging up the phone. Then later on, Craig and Manny are sloppily sneaking around when Spinner spots them hugged up and kissing. Spinner thinks that it's cool that Craig is messing around with both Ashley and Manny. He is envious of him. Craig lets it go to his head and declares that he gets around. Later, Manny gives Craig a scarf and tells him that all she wants for Christmas is for Craig to break up with Ashley. Craig says that he can't make that choice, and Manny says he just did. The love triangle has gotten crazy messy at this point. Like, how does Spinner and Emma know about this before Ashley, or even before anyone that Ashley is friends with? Anyway, I don't know why Craig can't just choose between Ashley or Manny. Like, it's obvious that he has more chemistry with Manny, and their values seem to align more with what they want out of their relationship. At school, Manny gets emotional and declares that she loves Craig and that she thought he felt the same way about her. Like, oh my God, why are these girls crazy for Craig? I don't get it. Craig says that he does feel the same way as her, meaning that he loves her. I found it interesting because it took him a while to say that to Ashley. Manny says that Ashley might love Craig, but not as much as she does. Eventually, Craig goes and finds Manny at the ice rink while she's ice skating. He says that he made a huge mistake and that Manny is the one for him. He says it's always been you, and he claims that he's going to break off things with Ashley. Manny is, of course, elated, and they embrace. Craig goes to Ashley's house to break things off with her, but before he can do so, Ashley surprises him with her grandfather's guitar that is apparently a really iconic guitar because Craig can't resist accepting it. He ends up telling Ashley that he loves her, and he's incredibly manipulative. I can't believe he didn't break things off with her just so he could keep her grandfather's guitar. And she's dumb AF for gifting anyone her grandfather's guitar. Anyways, later on, Craig is being such an asshole, playing the guitar in public with Ashley by his side right in front of Manny. Manny confronts Craig and tells him that she's going to out him to Ashley, but Craig lies and says that he's already broken up with Ashley, but that he just didn't tell her about Manny yet. Of course, this is a big lie. Craig buys both Ashley and Manny Christmas gifts that vastly differ. He buys Manny a gold bracelet with ice skates and a pink fuzzy sweater, which Ashley stumbles upon. She looks confused as it's not something she would wear, but shrugs it off. Manny loves the pink sweater and bracelet. Later, Ashley and Craig have to perform a Christmas song together at school. Manny is doing Ashley's makeup when Ashley notices the ice skates bracelet around Manny's wrist. She asks Manny where she got it from, and Manny says that she just got it from a guy. Then, as if Ashley weren't already suspicious enough, she spots the fuzzy pink sweater. She asks Manny if she got it from Craig. Manny tells Ashley that she's sorry, but she didn't want to say anything about the gifts being from Craig because Craig knew that Ashley would be upset about him moving on so quickly. Ashley is shocked and upset, declaring that she and Craig are still together. Manny acts all surprised, like she didn't know what Craig was capable of. Then, right before Ashley and Craig go on stage to sing their song, Craig is oblivious to Ashley's anger. As Craig starts singing and playing the guitar, he notices that Ashley isn't singing and has her arms folded. He tells her that they are on. Ashley stands up and slaps the shit out of Craig, which was hilarious, and Ashley runs off the stage. Craig runs after Ashley, and Ashley confronts him about Manny. Before leaving Craig for good this season, Ashley snatches her grandfather's guitar back from him. Then Manny appears, and Craig accuses her of telling Ashley about them. But Manny says that Ashley found out because Craig was stupid. She gives him back the bracelet that he gave to her. So the episode ends with Craig losing both Ashley and Manny due to his dishonesty. Now we're finally entering into the iconic episode that is called Accidents Will Happen, which was a two-part episode. It was an episode so controversial, it actually did not air in the United States until years after its release. It was banned. So it starts with the flu going around Degrassi, and everyone is getting sick. Meanwhile, at school, Craig is taking yearbook photographs for the gymnastics team, which Manny is on. He asks her to smile, and she says that looking at him does not make her want to smile. In the Degrassi halls, all of the girls are mad at Manny and make fun of her to her face, calling her a boyfriend thief. Manny tries to apologize to Ashley, but Ashley does not accept her apology. Ashley was kind of tripping here. Manny wasn't the one who cheated on her. It was her good-for-nothing boyfriend Craig who disregarded her feelings and the relationship. Manny didn't really owe her anything. Craig is the one who owed her the honesty. Manny gets sick during class and rushes to the bathroom to throw up. Initially, she thinks that she has the flu that's been going around. Hazel comes into the girls' locker room looking for a tampon, and Manny confesses that she hasn't had her period in forever and gives her hers. This prompts Emma to ask Manny if she's sure that she hasn't gotten her period for reasons other than the flu or stress, as Emma knows what Manny has been doing with Craig.
Offended, Manny runs off. At school, Manny asks Paige how to know if a guy uses a condom. Paige makes light of it, joking that it's a bit obvious. Once she finds out that Manny is serious, she says that if she's talking about Craig, not to worry about it, because he seems like the responsible type. Then Paige offers some sage advice. Ask questions first, get naked later. Later, at a gymnastics meet, Manny falls off the balance beam and forfeits the team's chances of winning. Craig goes to check on her, and she asks him if he used a condom when they were together. Shocked, he admits that he did not, because he thought that she was on birth control. Manny later goes on a run to shake the stress away. Manny ends up confiding in Emma's mom, who was a teen mom herself. She helps her take a pregnancy test. The test results come back and confirm that Manny is in fact pregnant.
She says that her parents will kill her or make her go live in the Philippines. Manny tells Craig that she is pregnant, and he is shocked but calm. He actually is kind of excited at the thought of becoming a father and wants Manny to have the baby so that they can be a family. So Manny and Craig are kind of excited about the whole thing. They start thinking of baby names, and they end up coupling up again to the disgust of some of their peers, namely Ashley's friends. Manny indirectly lets Paige know that she is in fact pregnant. Paige, of course, tells Ashley about the news. At lunch, Manny and Craig start looking up baby names from a book, and angry Ashley witnesses them looking for baby names, and she publicly announces that they are expecting a baby. Ashley then roasts them for not using a condom before saying to Craig, "I can't believe you slept with her." Ashley was dead wrong for that. Ashley just needed to mind her own business and be glad that it wasn't her that was in that situation. Anyways, Craig and Manny go over to Emma's to help her take care of her baby brother. This is where Manny begins to question her ability to be a mom at her young age. Craig admits to Spinner that he wants Manny to have the baby because he does not have a family of his own, being that both his mother and father have passed. After speaking with Emma's mom again, Manny decides that she wants to get an abortion. Manny confides in her mother that she is pregnant. Manny decides to have an abortion, and her mother is supportive of it. Emma isn't supportive of it at all because she's pro-life. Manny tells Craig that she is having an abortion, and Craig is furious. He tells her that what she's doing is wrong. Emma tells Craig that she agrees with him, but that it's Manny's body and therefore her choice. The episode ends with Manny going to the hospital with her mother by her side to get an abortion. I thought that it was really great that her mother was there to support her. Craig was way too immature to be a father at that point in his life and wanted Manny to have the baby for all the wrong reasons. I think that Manny made the right choice for the both of them. I think that this episode really highlighted the intense emotional turmoil experienced by Manny and Craig as a result of their actions. The episode Rock and Roll High is a really fun episode as far as the whole love triangle disaster. In this episode, there's a classic Y2K Battle of the Bands contest. Craig enters the contest with his band and Ashley enters the contest with her band. Ashley still isn't over Craig cheating on her, and lets him know that her band is going to blow his band right off the stage. Craig composes a song, but struggles to come up with lyrics for it. Meanwhile, Ashley reads the lyrics to a song she wrote in English class, and everyone clowns on it. Craig has the audacity to clown on the song to Ashley's face. So instead, Ashley decides to write a song about Craig's dumbass. Ashley and Craig run into each other at the record store, and he tells her that he's sorry for making fun of her lyrics earlier. She is pissed because she thought that he was going to apologize for his actions during their relationship. During the Battle of the Bands practice at school, Craig's band still has no lyrics and they get clowned on. Meanwhile, Ashley's band plays an amazing song called Mr. Nice Guy, and it's all about Craig. The song is about feelings of betrayal and anger following their breakup. The song was fire and I loved the lyrics. I really loved how the song ended with, "You're so nice." Because, of course, it was all about a guy who wasn't nice. LOL. Later in class, Craig confronts Ashley about the lyrics to her band's song and says that they're not cool. Side note, with lyrics like "Gonna make the day you met me a day you'll regret," I wonder if this would have been considered bullying by today's standards. Like, just because Craig cheated on her doesn't mean she can just roast his ass in a song in front of the whole school. LOL. Or does it? Is it what Craig deserves? Anyways, Craig asks Ashley what her problem is, then he says, "Ash, I swear if you play that song," and she roasts him by replying, "You'll have sex with more great nines." Then he counterattacks her with, "If you weren't such a prude, I never would have been with Manny." Ashley epically roasts Craig again by saying, "Oh, but I thought you loved her." Craig was foul for calling her a prude. She didn't owe him sex. And if sex is what he wanted, then he should have broken up with Ashley and just dated Manny, who was ready for that. At this point, Craig is ready to drop out of the Battle of the Bands competition. Spinner and Jimmy try to convince him to stay in it by performing an incredibly sexist rap. Craig takes a walk with Marco and tries to clear his head about the situation, but it does not help. Ashley's band shows up to the Battle of the Bands competition wearing shirts with Craig's face in flames on them, which is hilarious. But again, would that be considered bullying by today's standards? Craig says that all Ashley cares about is making his life a living hell. Ashley tells Craig that she wanted to die after what happened between them. Craig apologizes, but in an insincere way. Ashley performs the song with her band and rocks the stage. Craig's band is next, but they still have no lyrics, and Craig is nowhere to be found. Craig shows up last minute. He finally has lyrics and sings his heart out in an apology song to Ashley. Finally, Ashley has gotten the apology she needed. I think Craig also owes Manny an apology song. I mean, he actually slept with her, got her pregnant, and also lied to her as well. But that's a whole other video. Of course, Craig's band wins the competition. I was so mad about that back in the day, and honestly, I'm still mad about it. I liked Ashley's song better. The episode ends with Ashley seemingly accepting Craig's apology by saying, "Nice lyrics, they were just right." Okay, so that kind of wraps up the love triangle, pivotal episodes, but I do want to talk about one more episode that I think fits into this narrative. In the episode titled "I Want Candy," Craig and Manny are absent. Paige and her boyfriend Spinner decide to have a fun day and skip school. Paige invites Ashley, much to Spinner's dismay. Ashley tags along and acts rude and nasty the whole time. Her attitude eventually gets on Spinner and Paige's nerves. Paige, who has finally had enough of Ashley's nasty attitude, tells Ashley that she's sorry that she had a crappy year, but then gets brutally honest when she tells Ashley that Craig didn't just cheat on her because of hormones. Paige then adds that the real problem was Ashley. Like, damn. Her own bestie told her that. It's very true, though. Ashley's character was unbearable at times. If anyone was going to tell her, it had to be Paige. Anyways, Ashley eventually gets over herself by the end of the episode, signifying that perhaps she's finally over Craig Manning. So the dynamics between Craig, Manny, and Ashley were marked by a lot of complexity and emotional depth. Craig and Ashley's relationship was marked by moments of deep connection and significant conflict. His inability to fully commit to Ashley and his attraction to Manny created a cycle of betrayal and reconciliation. Ashley's struggle to forgive Craig and her eventual decision to publicly shame Manny for her pregnancy highlighted her emotional turmoil and sense of betrayal. Craig's relationship with Manny was initially driven by physical attraction and a sense of escape from his troubled relationship with Ashley. However, Manny's pregnancy and Craig's reaction to it revealed deeper issues of responsibility and maturity. His insistence on keeping the baby and his attempts to influence Manny's decision reflected his own insecurities. The relationship between Ashley and Manny evolved from casual friendship to intense rivalry. Ashley's anger towards Manny for her relationship with Craig and Manny's feelings of betrayal were made worse by the public revelation of Manny's pregnancy. Despite their conflicts, moments of understanding and empathy occasionally emerged, reflecting in the complexity of their shared experiences with Craig. So the love triangle between Craig, Ashley, and Manny is one of the most iconic and emotionally charged storylines that has ever been on Degrassi. Through a series of pivotal episodes and complex character interactions, this triangle explored themes of love, betrayal, and growth. The dynamic between Craig, Ashley, and Manny has left a lasting impression on the series and its viewers due to its moments of deep connection and intense conflict. The storyline not only shaped the character arcs, but also offered a deeper exploration of the challenges and consequences of romantic relationships in adolescence. Unfortunately, both girls give Craig a second chance in the later seasons, even after everything that he put them through. Stranger things have happened, I guess. How do you feel about the love triangle between Craig, Ashley, and Manny? Let me know what you think in the comments.